Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? John here with another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. So, what I'm going to talk a little today about is, and I just like expressing my mind sometimes, expressing how I feel. So I'm just going to put it out there. And this is about what school doesn't teach us. What school doesn't teach us? And this isn't to inform anyone to drop out of school or anything like that. But this is just what I think, because when I went to school, it's just like they didn't teach us any of these things, basically. I believe school sets us up to just not make it. They, like, basically misleading us. It's like what the government doesn't provide in schools. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense because, like, the things school doesn't teach us is what school should be teaching us, especially in these days, and especially for people like high school, middle school, as they're in their teenage years, like pre-adulthood, it's like they don't teach anyone about mental health or anything like that, depression, like anything like that. Like what foods to eat, what foods not to eat, basically like how they, if you're eating like way too much junk food, way too much, like how it causes depression or causes you to feel down, and like what kind of foods you're eating, what kind of energy you're putting in your body all the time. They don't teach us any of that. They don't teach us about like anything, like how to deal with like suicidal thoughts, all that, like when you're depressed, going through hard times. They don't teach us any of that. They didn't teach me in that in high school, like, or any of like people in my high school. They didn't teach us anything about that. They don't teach you to create on your own, to build on your own. They don't teach you to like be an entrepreneur. They don't teach any of that. They just mislead you, and then when you graduate from high school, you're off to college and you gotta pay debt, all that. They don't say anything like that. And then you graduate and you're lost, and then you go to some type of 9 to 5 job and you just feel stuck. And it's like, where do you go now? They just don't teach you any of that. It's just like, school's not about learning, it's about passing. That's all it's about. Because I remember during my high school years, I had a hard time. I had auditory processing disorder. And it's just, they force all this junk in your mind and they just force you to pass it. If you don't pass this, you don't graduate. If you don't do this, you don't graduate. You gotta pass. It's like they force you to pass this in order to move you on to graduate, to go off to college. They don't teach you. The number one things they should really teach is mental health and how to build, create on your own. If you want to create your dream manifestations to building and creating, because you have the ability to create what you want, anything. They don't teach anything like that. They teach science, history, a lot of the math that really, I don't even remember half the math they even taught us, like algebra, order of operation. I don't even remember how to do any of that. I always had trouble with math. Math was one of the worst subjects I've ever taken in high school. I always struggled with math, always. And it's just, you have to take certain classes or these classes in order to graduate. If you don't graduate. It's like a forced thing where you gotta face the consequences. And this video is not to bring negativity. It's just how I feel, like, to put it out there. I'm just speaking my mind. I like speaking up my mind on certain things. And it's just, school doesn't teach us any, like, maybe some things, but a majority of it, they don't. They don't teach you. They don't teach you, like, you just, because a lot of people don't know what they want to do throughout their high school years, and there's just no leading to that. You're just misled, and you're just forced into these classes, and you're programmed with so much junk that you're not going to remember. Like like I said, I don't remember a lot of the things that they taught me in high school. It's just a big blur now, especially math. But it's just like all that stuff they taught, that they're teaching us, or they taught me in high school, and it's just like, where is that? Like, right now in my life, what did all that I was taught in high school and middle school have to do with what I'm doing right now? Like, right now, I'm making YouTube videos. I'm making guided meditations. I'm making inspirational spiritual videos to help people, inspire people to raising their vibration and just staying grounded, being on their spiritual path, and just helping waking people up. And they also don't teach this kind of stuff. Meditation, yoga, maybe some. I think high school, I think we had one yoga, a little like meditation thing, and like PE or health class. Yeah, it was health class. Yeah, there was only one time that we did like a guided meditation thing, something like with energy flowing through the body, but they didn't really, that was the only time. They don't teach us any of that. They don't teach anything about the chakras. It's like, they don't teach none of that. None of that. Because they know people will wake up if they teach them that. The school systems are run under them, the government, or the ones controlling the system. Because the ones controlling the system, the whole matrix, are the ones with all these corporations, everything. And it's just, people in school, they're just not being taught enough. Because when you graduate, it's just like, your parents are going to always be there for you, so you're the only one you've got. So the thing is, you got to teach yourself now. You got to watch maybe like learning videos on like YouTube, or inspirational videos, or just something to help build your own success, or just learning new things, or just joining groups. And it's just like that app Meetup, because I've been doing the meditation groups there, and I just feel like joining like groups like that, because there's a whole bunch of different groups that you can join on that app. And it's just just meeting new people, learning new things, different things, getting out and about, working on yourself. And I'm sure they have different like mental health programs, or like, there's basically a lot of groups on Meetup, and it's just stuff to teach you about mental health. I'm sure there's groups for that. Meditation, of course, yoga, exercising, jogging, running groups. Maybe like hiking, different stuff like that. But it's just like, and school also doesn't teach you about paying a mortgage, loans, investing. They don't teach budgeting your money. They don't teach anything about that. They don't teach none. That's why when you graduate, you're like, you don't like, it's just like people just don't know how to do any of this stuff, because they're just not taught this in school. And I feel like a lot of people are just misled when they're in school, and you just gotta dig through the roots what to learn, and teach yourself or learn from other people on how to create on your own. Because school should be the system that teaches us that, to prepare us for going out in the real world. But it's just, school doesn't teach us anything about being successful, or of course being in the present moment, or none of that. They don't teach us anything like to build, manifesting. Of course they don't teach anything like that. You just learn science, you learn history, math, English, and then you eat junk food at 9 in the morning with milk that's not even real milk. You're drinking fluoride water in the water fountain, from the water fountains, by the bathrooms. Like, what the hell? What the fuck? Like, seriously, you're eating junk food at 9 in the morning every single day. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just so corrupt. But like I said, when you graduate, there's always a way to learn on your own, learn from other people, learn from yourself, doing your own research. Because now you can build on your own. You can manifest what you want. You can create on your own. If school doesn't do that, you can do it. Or just join groups. Join new groups. I'm sure there's other apps, kind of like Meetup, that have different groups that you can learn to build on your own. Or joining like-minded people. Finding your purpose, finding your passion, building your passion. Or making YouTube videos on your own, on what you love to do. Whatever you love to do, do it. Build it for yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. Of course it's not going to happen overnight. It's a long process. It has to be a long process because you got to learn your ups and downs, your mistakes. But be your own school. Be your own teacher. Be your own boss. Be your own leader. Govern yourself. Because you've all you got. That's why they say save yourself. You know what to do. Even when you feel like you don't know what to do, you will know. Just keep searching. Keep looking for those answers. You got them. You just gotta keep searching. Like I said, keep digging through the roots. When you build on your own, whether it takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, at the end, you'll be like, wow, I'm glad I did all that. I'm glad because that brought me to a stronger person than I was before. Because it does make you stronger. You learn different things. You learn from your mistakes. Whatever it is. Remember, be your own school. Because you got that power and you got that creativity within. You have, that's one of your main powers is creativity. So, I just want to make that quick video. And in the meantime, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day, guys.